women carry those things much more because it's harder. It's just harder to be taken seriously. Yeah.
We like call all of the things you just described soft skills as though, I don't need the soft skills.
I don't need the soft skills.
I just need the hard ones. You know?
Soft skills.
That's like, I don't think it's working. I feel like I had this realization when Sarah and I got married. I was in therapy. And I remember like I was going to therapy before we got married because I was like, I'm going to be a good husband, so I'm going to go to therapy.
Progressive.
But did we open a box of worms there? You know, like, oh, shit. You know, like, whoops. That was, hindsight, it was good. Short term, what did we do? But I remember him asking me at the time. He was like, well, why do you want to marry? Like, why are you excited? Why do you want to marry your wife? And I remember being like, I didn't hesitate. Like, I thought, I'm like, thank you for the softball, my boy.
Let me tell you.
Yeah. And I remember going, because I want to prove to my dad that I'm not like him and to show my mom that I'm not like her husbands. And I was thinking like, what do you think about that? Therapy boy. And I remember he like looked at me and he had these really tiny glasses that he wore. And he took off his glasses and he just like sort of stared at me for a while. He like pulled the pause that I pull on people now, you know? And then like a tear like ran down his face. And I remember thinking like, this is the weirdest response I've ever seen to this, to like what's happening.
Yeah.
And he said, that makes me really sad.
Yeah.
And I said, why? And he said, because I asked you why you wanted to marry your wife and you did talk about your wife.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, you didn't even talk about her.
Don't tell me who I am, you know, like, oh my God. So I tell you that story to go back to what we were saying. I think sometimes I wrestle with the tension of like, how much am I doing because I didn't have it and I'm trying to give you something I didn't have? And how much am I doing it because I'm giving you the thing I want you to have? And am I doing it to fill a gap in myself, or am I doing it because it's the fulfillment of a thing that is true in me now? And the answer is probably both.
Yeah.
I don't like that answer because I don't want it to be both. I want it to be because like, no, I'm not doing this because my dad didn't. I'm doing this because I am.
Yeah.
Don't give the credit to him.
Yeah. Like,
but I don't know. Does that make me a jerk? Like, is that?
No.
You know what I'm saying? I think I wrestle with those two things.
No, I think it's totally. I mean, again, back to what we were saying earlier. Like the things that are hard and painful are the best teachers. Like, and I think that it's just true. Like you look at on the purest level, you look at your kids and you're like, it's so excited as they grow up and develop, and you're like, ooh, I think they're really like. Briefly, my son was like absolutely badass at hitting golf balls. Like he was like 4 and he had like perfect swing, and we got him like a golf ball set, and we're like golf set, and he's like hitting them in the living room, and we're like, let him hit anything, like ricocheting off the house, didn't care. And then like he changed his mind, but like you have these moments of like, oh my God, maybe he's PGA, this can be amazing. Like it's not us, but if that's who he is, this is great. But then like as they get older, you just see this whole person start to develop. It's so exciting. And I don't know, I think having those voices in your head that were the not the ones that like kind of malformed you, you know, like made you maybe not as complete as you should be, or left you wanting. I don't know. It ends up being like it pours out of you rather. It's like you're filling yourself, but you're also pouring it out. It's just so cool.
Yeah,
and
that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, you're making them something. Got an ant on you.
Thanks.
He's like, nice jacket.
Well, it's back. Oh, nice pants. There you go.
Yeah. I don't know, it's such a weird thing. It's definitely both. It's definitely both.
Yeah. I guess it's just the pride in me, the ego in me, I guess, that doesn't. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I'm always looking for the reason I'm doing something. And I feel less satisfied if the reason I'm doing it is to prove something rather than to be something.
Yeah.
I know doesn't have to be one or the other. I know there's always some combination of both. I know being both doesn't mean one is not important. Like I can have all the logical ways to describe it, but I think it's a tension that I don't think I enjoy. I don't think I enjoy I love calling it out in other people. I don't always like to call it out in myself.
In yourself, it's the hardest.
To go like,
yeah, it's really, you're competing against yourself in those situations.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beating some ghost that doesn't even know they're competing with you.
Right. Yeah. And if anything, was just like going with you just because it was fun.
Yeah.
And you're like, get away from me. Yeah. What are we doing? How did we get here?
Ghosts. I don't know. It's logical. Children, ghosts, voices in your head.
Somehow.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. It's crazy. So your kids are here in Oak Cliff then? You guys are here. You live
We are
here.
Yeah, we just live down the street.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
Where do they go to school?
Ezra goes to Travis.
And my son went there.
Yeah. And then Marlo goes to Solar Girls.
Oh, cool. That's great.
Yeah.
That's the track. Yeah. Ollie was at Travis forever. Amazing band. Got him into trombone. Now he's at Booker. Yeah. It's a good place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally. Little island.
What is something about you that you feel like often gets missed, but you wish other people would see?
I think because I can be, I've talked a lot about my anger and revolutionary spirit, but I actually don't think that comes across to people a lot of the time. I think it's often just like a caretaking perception or something. But I can get real mad. And I think justifiably in a lot of instances. I used to have a terrible temper that was just for the stupidest shit ever. But it's not that way anymore. Thank God. I don't know if it's maternal hormones or what, but it changes. But now it's like a righteous anger about certain things. My staff would see it a lot at the museum. And they'd know that it was me going to bat for them. But I think most other people don't ever see it. So I think I often get instructed, you need to speak up, you need to say this, or you need to, and I'll just be like, you don't even know me.
Yeah. Do you know the fire inside me right now?
Do not unleash my holy rage. This will be, So I think that's often not something people catch. And maybe that's good. Maybe they shouldn't see that. But I think it's also I don't think people imagine at first how far I'll go to fight. So I think that yeah. The fire. Yeah, when I was an artist, I guess I still am, but I haven't done anything in a long time. But I made this whole series of drawings. They were just these text works where I would scratch a word. I would stencil a word with a screwdriver into the surface of the paper, and then I would burnish the paper till it created this kind of carpet. And so the words would eventually emerge, but they were exactly the same color as the paper, just slightly different texture. And they were all these fire phrases like campfire, church fire, wildfire, all these fire phrases that and I had folded the paper in half, so it was the fire and the word that was modifying it. And so the image that would come to your mind as you saw the this kind of fire, that kind of fire, all of this, but it had largely to do with the sense that there's this imperceptible heat. And that it isn't, you can't see it unless it's raking light, all of this, but that it's there. So I think that's something I've thought about a lot. Yeah.
Do you feel like the fire went away, got extinguished, was told not to burn too brightly? What's the right?
Yeah. A little of all those things. I think I don't think it totally went away, thankfully, or it was about to.
Yeah.
I think it easily could have, to where I would just have said yes to all of the standard ways of being a successful professional in a very particular career path. But yeah, no, she was in there. And but I think it was just behaving, having a lot of masters. I think too, we don't, at least I haven't heard many people talk about when you're in a leadership position, you have your bosses, be they a board or your manager, or, there's like degrees of leadership. But then you also have your team beneath you. You have like that, you're answering to them.
Yep.
And they're in a way like your master too. So I think there was just like a lot of tempering, and then, like putting it out, turning it on, like a very schizophrenic fire. Like a faulty stove.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think this is true of a lot of women in leadership. When I did deploy anger, especially in directions where it could be perceived as like disrespectful, when I did deploy that, I was invariably met with a kind of misogyny.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And there's always that question of like, do I unleash my fury, or do I go into a cave and wait to kind of get you later? You don't get to see this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of misogyny, which has made it makes you less inclined to show that. You're like, okay, how do I turn that into something else? How do I alchemize that into like, how do I be funny rather than angry?
Right.
Like, what's the way to get you to see what I want you to see?
Yeah, because if I show it to you like this, you automatically won't see it.
You won't see it. Yeah. Which is nuts. Like, it's totally nuts. An absolute double standard. Like, in fact, I was often, been instructed throughout life to be like, men telling me, this is how you behave in this situation, whatever. Not understanding that works for you.
Right.
That's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Let me ask you this, and this is both for me very personally, and then also for listeners who are willing to hear. I recognize that there are many places I enter in, and I automatically have a privilege to say what I want the way that I want, and people go, oh, thank you. And if my female counterpart were to get up and say the exact same thing in the exact same way, either she's too soft, like, come on, nobody gives a shit about your feelings, or immediately like she's a bitch because she has an opinion and tried to call me out. You don't know me.
Yeah.
I think as my wife and I talk about it a lot. Obviously, having a daughter makes me think about it a lot. Having clients and they're female clients makes me think about it a lot, and so on. In those environments, I'm just curious from your perspective. I'm not looking for the answer, but your perspective. What could it look like? And you don't have to speak to any of the individuals you previously were employed with, but just in life. What would you hope it looked like when someone like me is with you, next to you, your counterpart on your team, works for you, you work for? What would you hope it looks like as me being an advocate and finding the right time to close my mouth so that you have a chance to have yours open, and or defending you so that you could? And I think there are more men out there than are willing to admit that want to change and help.
Yeah.
But I think unfortunately, it feels scary for them because they don't know what they don't know. And what would you have hoped that?
Yeah.
What do you hope that continues to look like?
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of like occasions in which I've been like, oh, he's doing that thing. Oh my God. Like from my dad to, someone in a corporate situation or whatever, where I'll describe the negative first and then get to what could work.
Sure.
But the way that when I'll be speaking or explaining something, there'll be like a shuffling of paper or a distracted inability to look at me, or and I'll immediately start to feel like, I'm saying too much. I'm not saying it right. I'm just
how do I get their attention?
How do I get their attention back? Do I need to say it more emphatically? Do I need to use declarative statements? Like all these things they say about the way women talk. I've never really used passive language, so it's not like, I don't think that's ever my problem. It's almost like, and this is a very empathetic position to take about men that are misogynistic. it's almost like my dad, for example, it's almost like he has 7 daughters and was like, no idea. But he will get frustrated when we're talking or there's a disagreement, and he'll, just get to where he just can't. And it's like he's trying to take back his power constantly. He's trying to like get back in the position of being like, oh, this is a room in which there's no air for that kind of thing that you're saying. And I felt that in boardrooms and in, meetings and in private conversation is like, how do I get the air back into my lungs as the man? Because I don't know what to do with what you're saying as the woman. And I think it's very simple. I mean, women are very often in positions where they're having to listen to something they think is total bollocks and they don't want to listen to it and they think it's stupid, or they think, gosh, I actually am the one in power in this situation, but I'm going to hear him out and whatever. We are always figuring out how to accommodate listening, how to accommodate our bodies in the space with someone while they're talking. And it is as simple as being like, I am in control of my hands as the man. I'm in control of my hands. I'm making eye contact with her. I'm hearing it. I'm occasionally saying back something. It's just as simple as listening, like being a good listener and giving it air, and giving it air without qualifying her speaking, because your body language and your pencil, like those things qualify the value of what I'm saying. And they make me less inclined to speak, less inclined to be clear, less inclined to be declarative, because I already feel like I'm being judged the whole time I'm talking. And it's, I think it's easy for someone like me who's like a neurotic artist to think, oh, it's just me being sensitive. But the more rooms I've been in and the more this behavior is sort of like universally part of misogyny, it's a first indicator of it. It's like, no, this isn't me. This is a insecurity about being graceful. Like, just be graceful. Just be graceful, composed. The things you expect me to be, you be them first. I'm doing it. You're not doing it. So
I appreciate that. I think it's interesting even that we like call all of the things you just described soft skills, as though, I don't need the soft skills.
I don't need the soft skills.
I just need the hard ones.
Soft skills.
That's like, I don't think it's working. Like, regardless of where you sit politically, just look around. I don't think it's working.
Just leading with hard skills.
Just leading on from any direction. It doesn't, from all sides.
Totally, absolutely.
From all sides, it's not. It's not working. And to lose the ability to converse in hopes of gaining the ability to convince. All human connection is lost.
Yes.
And I think it's the greatest, my wife and a group of friends that we have a Slack channel neighborhood and such that we talk on. And we've joked, it started as a joke and now it's like the recurring, like when the moment is right, we're like, who's the first to can type it? But we talk about like the women in our friend group and wives they're not. And we call them the whippersnappers. And it's like, if something really needs to get done, it's like, hey, call the whippersnappers, just like, because like, it'll get completed. Like both from a detail perspective, from a power perspective, it doesn't matter, all perspectives, all actually. if you're stuck, call the whippersnappers,
they are endlessly flowing.
They are, they're right.
There.
And I just think there's something, as only ever living a lived experience as a male. And a lived experience as a male who, like, in most rooms is perceived as a evangelical white male. But the privilege of being a Latino while also speaking soft skills, while also, and I think I often find it, I couldn't be more grateful for all of those assumptions being made about me, because it almost gives me an in to every window. Because the hard skills individuals will listen, and the soft skills will, and so it has been a to say constant would be too dramatic, but it is I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
To make sure that just because I was given the microphone doesn't mean it always has to be my voice.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but I don't always know how to translate a thing that feels somewhat innate in me to a world that I think at this point I still have their ear to some degree. So while they're listening in the car right now,
how do you get them
how do we get them to go, hey, put the pen down.
Right.
Stop checking your phone.
Yes.
Your papers are already straight.
Yes.
You don't have to slide.
They're not going to give you the answers.
You don't have to slide back from the table to recross your legs so we all know you're still at the table.
Right.
We've all been here with you.
Yes.
Just listen.
Yeah. Listen. Yeah, exactly. Just body posture. It's these things I think that, as a kid and you're going through you take government class or debate team or whatever. I mean, you're taught these kind of like the psychology of your posture, like all of this. I feel like women carry those things much more because it's harder. It's just harder to be taken seriously. Yeah. And that facing the double standard of, the psychology of posture doesn't apply to you.
Yeah.
Like fucking does. Like if you're sitting there with your arms crossed or, all of that. Yes. And I think it's also, and we're seeing it just in the world as you're referencing, like, whatever your political background, whatever, just a lack of decorum and grace and good manners and essential respect for the person that you're engaging with. It's just sort of like you just start there. And I've been not surprised, but just discouraged by a lot of men recently, where it just feels like just like they basic things that I'm sure they were taught, but they feel the no need or responsibility to maintain. Wild, totally wild.
And I hope I hope and I encourage and I challenge. It's not really like our brand to be like the look at the camera moment, which I don't really know how that works anymore, but like, God, I really hope they'll listen.
Yeah. It's so simple.
I really hope I keep listening. And I hope that if at a minimum, they'll listen to me.
Yeah.
And I wrestle with the obligation and duty that I feel. Because it's like once your eyes have been opened and you can no longer not see.
Yeah.
But for the love of God, open your eyes. And to be called on the carpet for what is true doesn't make you bad. It makes you human. What makes you bad is that you go, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
How could you expect it not to be? Because everything has been built and created so that it could be.
Yes.
So you don't have to acknowledge it because it already is. I don't need your permission or I don't need you to go, oh, you know what? I think that is how I act. It is. It is. Trust me, it is. It is how we act.
Yeah.
Because we could.
Yeah.
And it's comfortable. And we always have.
Yes. Yeah.
The discomfort is going, I'm not going to shuffle the papers and I'm going to think about them as much, if not more, than I'm going to think about myself.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It's not as hard as you think.
Exactly. Exactly. It is. It's as simple as like body composure.
Yeah.
Goes so far.
Our team was talking about the other day that it's one of those, going back to our previous conversation, like, okay, who are we and what are we good at and so on and so on.
Yeah.
I hope I'm always on the journey to discover what am I good at, what makes me me. But I think one thing I'm learning, I don't know. I think I've always had the feeling, but I don't know they had the words for. And so I say this because I'm telling you this, but also as like I thank you because I think you're helping me affirm something that I really hope is true, but I don't always know that it is. That the amount of power that is removed if you will say the unspoken thing out loud first, so that it doesn't carry secret power anymore.
Yeah.
And I think for a long time, like I thought that was just my defense mechanism. For a long time, it was my defense mechanism so that you couldn't get me, right? Because I could, odd reference here, but it's like, in 8 Mile, like when Eminem like does the final rap scene, and he's like, he does a rap about all the things about himself so that his opponent has nothing to say. And he sucked all the power out of the room because now he can't be made fun of because he made fun of himself in a way that just made it real.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my job. I feel like my job, fortunately I get to do it in keynote speaking and coaching, quarterly executive board meetings and stuff like that. But like,
yeah,
I think all that's, I think my hope is with dialogues like you've been so graciously willing to have with me is if we can say the unspoken thing out loud, then hopefully it doesn't have near as much power on me or you, but maybe for the person who's listening also. Because it only carries power because it's a secret.
That it's so true. Absolutely.
And
it's toxic things. Toxicity lies in the unspoken. In the unspoken.
Yeah, that's why once you say you're good, you can't ever go back and say you're not now. You know?
Shoot.
Yeah. There's method to the madness,
Man.
And when you finally say what makes you you, it's no longer powerful to be hidden. Now it's powerful because it's in the light.
Yeah.
And when you say what you want, now it doesn't have power it's never going to come true. Now it might because we know.
Yes, right.
Right?
Yeah,
I think we ride on and on and on and on. And so I have deep belief that you will continue to say the thing out loud that needs to be said.
Yeah.
In whatever Scottish cottage or Oak Cliff warehouse that might be. Okay. Whichever one.
Great.
And I will make a commitment as a man to say the unspoken thing out loud so that it doesn't carry unnecessary power to keep you from being heard.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you.
And that's not a noble thing on my end. It's just a human thing.
Yeah.
If it has to be called noble for a while so that certain people feel good about it, then that's fine. But it's not a noble act. It's a human act.
Yeah. Yeah, an act of humility.
I hope.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I appreciate that so much.
I hope the proverbial we will continue to.
I do too. It's a good work in the world just to manage those things. It goes so far. So yeah. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate being seen. I said it before, but like it matters, and it's easy to feel like you're operating in a void or somehow not having effect. So it's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.